Hello. This is a quick one, just a bit of an update on the Kosovo situation. So Reuters is reporting today that Turkey is sending special operations battalion to Kosovo after a request from NATO. The Turkish Defence Ministry has said a commandos battalion of the 65th Mechanized Infantry brigade is being deployed to Kosovo. Now, this is interesting as Serbian President Aleksandar Vucic asked his Turkish counterpart Erdogan earlier in the week in a telephone conversation to help Serbia. He was asking to help stabilise peace in the region, which I imagine he would have been expecting it to being a request for Turkish support of the Serbian position, which is not what has happened here, where Turkey, which is a member of NATO, has sent KFOR NATO troops into Kosovo region, ostensibly to support the Kosovo authorities. Now, Erdogan was just successful in his bid to retain the presidency of Turkey, and over the last few months has seemed to be leaning away from the West and closer to Russia. So while this decision will be seen as positive by the West and NATO allies, it'll be interesting to see what the Kremlin thinks of this. As some background, Kosovo declared its independence in 2008. This has not been recognised by Serbia. It has been recognised by the US, UK, and Turkey. But Belgrade continues to recognise Kosovo as a part of Serbia itself. Right now, too, Serbia is in the process of attempting to gain access to the EU. This can't. Their application can't be completed until there is some resolution in place between Kosovo and Serbia. So one wonders if the current escalations in Kosovo may have an impact or may even derail Serbia's chances of getting into the EU. And if something like that were to happen, if that would then strengthen Serbia's relationships with Russia. Serbia and Russia have for a long time had quite close ties and supported one another. Also, interestingly, just this week, President of Serbia, Vucic, had a impromptu meeting with Zelensky in the forecourt of a building where they were attending a meeting in Moldova, I think, and what appeared to be quite an embarrassing moment seemed to show Zelensky wanting to speak to Vucic about what? Well, we imagine about support for Ukraine. And while Ukraine doesn't recognise Kosovo as an independent country, Vucic effectively told Zelensky that the Serbian people have made their decision. They'll not be imposing sanctions against Russia. But one of the people in the party who appeared to be closely aligned to Vucic gave a sign which seemed to be a one which you would give to someone if they were just rabbiting on and speaking too much, a familiar hand signal of the yapping mouth, and Zelensky seemed to recognise that for what it was, and then walked away from the party as they began to walk inside the building. Interesting, Kosovo, just to see what's happening there. If that does heat up and become a hot dispute, it will be interesting to follow and to see what happens with NATO there, what sort of support. Interestingly enough, the US has actually suggested to the Albanian authorities that they should step back and cool things, and that they perhaps shouldn't have by force inserted their mayoral candidate or mayoral winner into the mayoral buildings in the north of Kosovo, in an area which is Serbian majority, and in an election which the majority of Serbians boycotted, and so the votes received for this Albanian or Kosovian mayor were very small, and yet they have declared victory there. Yeah, let's keep an eye on Kosovo and see what happens.